Well, hi, hello. How is everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Perfectly Twisted. I am Nicole Eggert, and I am running solo today, if you will notice. While you're right here and while I have you, would you hit that like button? Go ahead and hit that like, because that helps us out a lot. That like helps us out like a lot. The Valley girl in me. So yes, please hit that subscribe too if you're so inclined. And I really, really appreciate it. So, okay, you might notice that I have hair today. Let me explain this for those of you who are watching and not just listening. I have long blonde hair today. I was doing cameos and I realized that people order these for like friends and family and stuff like that for their birthdays, anniversaries, whatever. And I just wasn't sure if they were aware that they would get a bald Nicole. So I thought, to save them that shock factor, that I would put some hair on for them today. And these are actually really funny. They're from Amazon. I can put it on my Amazon store if anybody is interested in anything like this. They're actually hats with hair. So if I take the hat off, it's bald me. And the reason I do that instead of a wig or anything else is because when I wear something on top of my head, like I wore a head wrap the other day, and people don't realize like the hair follicles are so sensitive. So it was kind of annoying to wear anything on the head. It gives me a little bit of pain. So that's why I like to go bald. And then these hats are great because it doesn't put any pressure on my head. So that's my hair story. And they're like $25 on Amazon. I think it's well worth it. Um, and so I do have a great product alert. In true transparency, I was sent this product by this company, and they're called Good Molecules. Now, chemotherapy can do really weird things to your skin, so I'm not inclined to just go trying something new, although, because I have what's working for me and I just don't want to mess with it. Um, but we had heard of this company, and they're kind of similar, I want to say, to like The Ordinary, if you guys are familiar with that, where it's affordable, great skincare, clean. But this is Good Molecules. That is their moisturizer. It is their lightweight daily moisturizer. This whole tube, by the way, goes for $12, which is, I say, a steal, especially in today's market. So what I did is I gave all the products to my daughter to use because she's 12. And if you hadn't heard me say it before, she has a real appreciation for good products. So the two that really stood out to her, and I had to agree with her by looking at her skin, was the lightweight daily moisturizer, and then this one was pretty unbelievable. The Yerba Mate Wake Up Eye Gel, in this little tube. I hope out there you can see that. And this little one goes for $6. $6 for this tube, and you only need a little tiny amount. But kids in the middle school, they like to stay up late and they have to wake up early. And so sometimes she does get dark circles, and she used this. And I have to say, I saw a difference. I really did. And so did she. So Good Molecules, you can get them on Amazon. You can buy it at Ulta. You can get it from their website. But I highly recommend. The price point is great. The product is great. It's clean. It's all the good stuff that we're looking for. And so I gave them a good review for the free products, and I'm being honest about it. I wouldn't do that if I didn't like it. So I'm excited to try it myself once all of this is over. But speaking of middle school, oh my God, do any of you have middle school age children? I mean, or do you even remember when you were in middle school? It is like the most awkward, hardest times. And I remember that from my oldest too. And my little one was like in tears last night, and my heart was just breaking for her because at this age, kids they're lacking such self-awareness, and they're like overly self-aware. So they're really awkward. And I don't know, she just was really close with this one girl, and all of a sudden it seems like maybe not so much. And my child is highly sensitive, a huge empath, cares about how everybody feels. And there's just not a lot of kids at that age out there like that. So my heart was breaking for her. And I was just, reminding her. And I put a note in her lunch that I made for her today to remember. And this is a good message for all of us to just really be aware of that inner dialogue. I told her when she sat down at lunch, because her thing was she was feeling lonely. I said, here's the thing is that you're at school to learn and get an education. You're not there for a social life. Those are just some perks once in a while that come along with it. But you really have to watch your inner dialogue. And so I said, if you're sitting there and you're feeling lonely, I want you to focus on all the things you do have and all the things you're grateful for, and that you are enough. You are enough, even just sitting there, even if you're sitting by yourself, you're enough and you're doing the right things. And you have everything to be thankful for, everything to be positive about, and that this too will pass. There's ebbs and flows in life. And in those moments when you feel lonely, it's such a good learning curve to learn that you can get through it and you can still be grateful and confident and happy, and to focus on that. And as soon as the dialogue comes in, but like, look, they're over there having fun and I'm over here, you have to cut it and you have to look at something else, change your eyesight, change your mindset. And so I really hope she's doing good. She texted me and said, thank you so much for the note in her lunch. So she snuck a text in there. So I know at least she got it and maybe it helped just a little bit. But man, those are such awkward ages, aren't they? 7th grade. Whew, it's a doozy. It's a doozy and my heart breaks for her. It really does. But on to the next thing, how I spent my morning besides trying to soothe my 7th grader and doing cameos with wig getting caught in my hair, my lip gloss. I was on the phone with trying to get medical appointments. Now, I just had my 4th round of chemo, and that's supposed to be the final one in this protocol, and then I was supposed to do another 4 of a different kind of chemo. And my doctor had been saying what he wanted to do is do the 4th treatment, give it 2 weeks to do its thing, and then in that week between my next chemo appointment, get in my mammogram, my ultrasound, my PET scan, and my MRI. Well, they're all at the same company, and it's just one phone call. An hour and a half, I want to say later, I have 3 of the 4 appointments. And it all just leads me back to why I want to do why I wanna have an organization to help people like myself who are going through something like this, and you don't have any help and you don't have anybody to help make these phone calls, because lucky for me, I'm able to do them. It's hard and it's draining. I have to be honest, I've been really tired lately, so it really adds to my exhaustion and my stress, which isn't good. But some people who are just, like, sick, I mean, really, really sick and throwing up and like can't eat and can't get up and can't do things for themselves at this time. How are those appointments supposed to happen? How is that supposed to be made? So, if there's anybody out there listening that has experience with nonprofits or wants to get into doing a nonprofit, please message me. Please message, because I would love to partner up or hear advice or get tips or whatever to get this started, because I really want to do this when I'm done, for especially single parents. You've got kids to take care of. You might be sick as a dog and you cannot sit there for this long. And that's, I still have to get on the phone and do it again for the PET scan that I wasn't. And to boot, some of these I have to drive 40 miles to go get this test done. And there was only one available time. So the fact that 2 weeks out, I can't even get appointments in my area. I have to drive long distance for most of them. And that's a whole other issue. Luckily for me, I'll be able to do it. I'll be able to get myself there. But I really, really sympathize for people. And it actually is mind blowing on how other people can do this when they're not feeling well and they don't have the energy like I have. And I wonder how many people don't get it done, and then their health falls, by the wayside. I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's absolutely ridiculous, especially in Los Angeles. And I just really feel for people who have to go and do this when they're not in as great shape as I am at this point. So again, if you have any experience in that, please let me know. Please reach out. And I would love to hear about it. So, today's gonna be a short, little fun, mailbag really episode because it's just me. Just me today, so I'm talking to myself, and talking to you and trying to, um keep the show going. I didn't wanna skip an episode just because, when we normally shoot, Dave had to, no, Dave was ready to shoot, but I had to go get, a blood injection. I was called in because my white blood cell count goes really low. So I'm now starting to get these injections that keep everything level, and it keeps me safe and not getting sick. So I had to do that instead of doing the podcast on Wednesday. So today's Thursday, and I'm here solo, riding with you guys. So, I have, the questions, which I don't normally get to see, so I promise I didn't read them up front, but, Dave did send them to me. So, these are from Trish, I wanna say Ironberg. I hope I said that right. So, hi, Trish. She said, "What is your favorite movie or show you've done?" Mine is Holiday Switch. I watch it every year like, It's a Wonderful Life. You know what? I love that movie too, Trish. I do too. That was such a fun movie to make. Holiday Switch, I'll tell you, I was like in a really kind of bad, dark place in my life, not really dealing with my demons at that point. And I got that movie and it booked me away in Winnipeg, Canada for a number of weeks. And it was just exactly what I needed, what my soul needed. I got to go there and play these wacky characters because I played 2, and have such a good time in such a fabulous little city, and, I think it kinda showed in the energy on that movie, so I do love that, and as I've said before, I love Clan of the Cave Bear because, again, it was more about a lot of it is more about the experience, and Clan of the Cave Bear, we shot all over Canada for months and months and months on end, but it was surreal and wonderful and just such like a kid's dream come true to work on that movie. So Clan of the Cave Bear and, Holiday Switch, those are 2 of my faves, although I like a lot of them, but those are 2. Um, she says, "Were you afraid when they accessed your port for the first time?" I was, and my doctor gave me lidocaine. Okay. Okay, so I've been open about this. I hate the whole idea of the port. I still hate the stupid port. Just the other day, I had to have the nurse cut because the inside stitches were poking through my skin. Like, this is how much my body hates the port. It was pushing it out. So we had to go and cut them. So it still bugs me to death. I hate this thing. And I'll tell you, I wasn't really afraid of it getting accessed until they pulled out that huge needle. I did not realize it looked like a it's like a thumbtack is what it looks like. It looks like a long tack, and it's thick. And so when they said take a deep breath, I definitely took a deep breath, but it did not hurt. It did not really hurt so much, and I don't feel it when they pull it out. So that was a big relief. Um, so yes, I was a little scared, Trish. I was, and I get where you're coming from with the lidocaine. Um, yeah, that needle's no joke. Um, she says, "I kept a journal when I had cancer. Just curious to know if you're doing the same thing." Um, I bet you're talking about like a written journal. I am not. I'm but I have been putting out videos as I go along and trying to do like those kind of diaries. And I have a lot that I just have kept for myself. Um, because I'll tell you the truth, I'm not good at dates and times, and I don't really care about dates and times. And all the little details don't really matter to me. I like to really kind of look at the whole experience, and you know what? As I'm saying this, that's probably exactly why I should be journaling, Trish, but, I don't, because I don't know, it's things like dates and anniversaries and stuff like that, I really don't see the importance of them. Like, when my stepmom, let's say, for example, she keeps track of everything, but it was the day of my dad's passing not too long ago, and she messaged out, which is super sweet and everything, but she'd said it'd been 15 years, and I thought to myself, "Oh my god." And the reason I don't do specific dates is because I don't need a date to think about it. Um, I think about him all the time, and the 15 years feels more like 8, and, um, I don't know. So, maybe on that date, I'm not thinking about it, and I like those days when I'm not, because there are the days that I think about him a lot. Same with my mother, so I don't really remember. I don't keep those dates in mind, and I don't reminisce and stuff like that on certain dates because I feel like I do it enough, and, I mean, like, I get my prescription, any prescription they give me, and I read about it, and I do my research on it then, and then "Okay, this is something I'm gonna be taking," and then I forget all about it. Like, I don't even know the names of all the things that I take, but I have done my research on them. So, things like that, Trish, I think I will follow suit with you and, maybe write them down, so in the future, when people say what did work for you, what didn't work for you, I'll have a reference guide because I think those kinds of things are important, and God forbid I have to go through this again, I'll know what worked, right? So, thanks for that question. Thank you so much for that question because you just gave me another thing to put on my to-do list. Um, so we also have a question from Josh Johnson. Have you ever been attracted to or dated someone who was not in the can't speak, the entertainment industry? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, I have. I've dated all kinds of different walks of life. Um, some people I dated then did end up being in the entertainment industry, but they weren't necessarily while we were dating. Um, so yeah. Yes, absolutely. I don't actually spend a lot of time with people who are in the industry socially like that or dating like that. It's I would say more so outside of the entertainment industry because I just find that and that was not a fart if you heard that. Me dragging my phone on the table. Oh dear. Um I like people. I like all different kinds of people. So sometimes it's interesting, to learn about other things instead of just being involved with someone and you guys just have the same work and jobs to talk about. So I'm open. I am open to all of that for sure. So thank you, Josh. Thank you, Josh, and thank you, Trish. And you guys can write in with more questions. It's a button. It says Nicole's Mailbag on the website. Love these questions. I appreciate them, and they bring up great memories for me, and they give me things to think about. And I like to know what you guys want to know about, so I really, really enjoy that. And thanks for tuning in. And I will see you again for sure next week with a really super fun guest and Dave again. And hit that like button. And I'll see you next week. Bye.